The show that no one asked for, no one requested, no one was like, hey, Jeff Hilliard, he should have a show, but he's doing it, and it's wonderful. I get to interview awesome people. This is Tommy Center. He as you know, he's been on the show before as my Ed McMahon fill-in, the guy that listens to me go on a rant and is somewhat entertained, which is great. But now he's a guest on the show, folks.
Now I get to go full balls to the wall.
Just go crazy.
Yeah, no holding back.
So I think we talked once before. We met at a Corey Parks at the Rainbow.
Birthday at the Rainbow.
At the birthday at the was it for Corey Parks? And then that's when Lemmy was there from Motorhead. That's when I first met you.
That's still one of my favorite stories to tell anytime anybody brings up Motorhead or the Rainbow.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there hanging out with Lemmy, which for a young metalhead nerd.
Yeah,
he was
that's
like 24, 25 at the time.
You were 24.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Young.
Not you.
No. I was like 65.
You have Benjamin Button disease?
Yeah.
Just aging
getting
backwards.
younger. Yeah, doing well.
No, but he's sitting there with his, it's like a Nazi SS cap on or something. Like his fucking,
he
bizarre.
Collects Nazi memorabilia.
With a black girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Very interesting person.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He likes the black ladies.
So we're sitting at the Rainbow and he's got his hat on. We're all sitting there talking. And this young girl, real pretty, walks up. She's like, oh my God. You're Lemmy from Motorhead. Oh, wow, it's so cool to see you here. Also, he's always at the Rainbow.
Yeah.
And he's got a fucking statue there now. So now he's still always at the fucking Rainbow.
As he should be.
Yeah, by his card machine. Yeah. And she goes, I love your hat. Can I try your hat on?
Oh, no.
And everybody at the table is just dead silent. We're like, oh, fuck. This is the worst. And he just reaches up towards his hat. And then pulls his hat down and looks at this girl and just goes, fuck off. One of my favorite stories to tell. I fucking love that.
Was she hoping to get a photo of herself in the hat? I mean, what do you want?
Because nothing is real if you don't document it and post it on Instagram.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you really feeling feelings if you don't? Did you really have a good cry if you didn't post a video on your fucking story of you crying?
What? I can't imagine
bizarre.
being so emotionally distraught that I'm crying, and then I'm like, wait a second, let me get my phone and just make a video.
Oh my God,
of
you
myself.
guys, my grandma just died, which is what grandmas do. They give you hard candy and shitty birthday presents,
and then they die.
Yeah,
they're known for dying.
They are wont to die. It's my grandma just died. And I'm so distraught. And I gotta post a fucking video of myself crying and going on a diatribe. Even better was the upper middle class white women who all felt it necessary to post videos of themselves crying during the George Floyd protests.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, they're
very
like,
important.
Oh, wow.
This is my moment.
What a perfect opportunity to insert myself into a narrative that I have.
The virtue signaling.
No, oh my God.
That's good.
They can't signal a fucking lane change, but they can virtue signal like a motherfucker. I tell you that.
What world are we living in?
It's insane. Yeah.
It's the world we live in is basically we're living in a dystopian nightmare, and it's everything satire. Now, were you raised here in Los Angeles, right?
I was born and raised in the San Fernando Valley.
What the hell is it like growing up in the Valley? And this is what? You were born in
89.
89. So you're
I'm right smack dab in the
middle. Did you get vaccinated with all the vaccinations?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm vaccinated against everything. I'm vaccinated against shit that
doesn't even exist.
Dude, doesn't even exist yet. I'm vaccinated against hepatitis D, son. What's up?
Yeah, that was the year that they passed a law that you couldn't sue the vaccination people or something. And whatever. That's the year. That when you said the 89.
Yeah, 89. Which
okay,
also vaccinate your fucking kids.
Yeah, do it.
Jesus.
So the 90s and then the early 2000s. What the hell? Now you're in high school and stuff. And what the hell is that like?
Yeah, it was a really weird. I mean, I don't have a frame of reference because I was raised in the madness.
Yeah.
It was a really weird time. I grew up we moved around a lot when I was a kid. My dad was a fucking maniac.
What was your dad doing?
Heroin. He was in import exports. He imported heroin into his arms and exported barf out of his mouth. Yeah, it was tight.
How did he finance this? Does he work?
Crime, mostly crime. The secret was crime.
Criminal. This is amazing.
And also being a little rich boy trust fund kid who was handed everything and gave nothing back.
That nice baby boomer.
It's quintessential baby boomer of like all for me and none for you. Fuck you. Oh, you lazy millennials.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was an outlaw biker and a porn director.
Oh, that's great.
And directed a number of B movies. Harley Hot Rod High.
Nice.
Bikini Biker Beach Babes.
I think I've actually heard of that. Is that was that a known movie, like a B movie, a feature film?
Yeah, in the 90s. It was like softcore, sort of.
Okay.
It was all basically rips on Rock and Roll High School.
Okay.
It was dog shit. They're very bad. I was in those movies.
Oh my God,
Little baby boy.
You're like Robert Downey Jr. So you start out as an acting
but
career.
far more handsome than Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, this is fucking amazing. I did kind of know this a little. I remember you would mention this before, but this is fascinating.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that like? How old are you when this is going on? Like when you're in these movies?
4, 5.
This is normal.
Yeah, just like around porn stars and outlaw bikers. My dad was an outlaw biker with the Galloping Gooses that got brought into Hell's Angels.
Okay.
That's how he broke his spine. That's how
He broke his spine like on a motorcycle accident or something?
Yeah, doing stunts in the 80s. He was writing, the 80s were a time for stuntmen where...
We had Evel Knievel. That was like this. Wasn't Evel Knievel?
It was like the
60s,
70s. Yeah.
Maybe?
The 80s was a time when it was like, fuck physics. We got Coke. Who cares? Yeah. So the stunt was to ride an ape-hanger chopper out of the back of a moving 18-wheeler and hit the ground and ride off in the opposite direction. So the 18-wheeler was going between like 35 and 45, which if you know anything about basic fucking physics, you need to hit the ground going as fast or ideally faster in the opposite direction, which is not fucking possible coming out of an 18-wheeler. So he hit the ground and it pitched him right into the curb and he broke his spine.
Oh,
yeah.
God. How old was he this? Nightmare.
39.
And then he got into pain pills or something? And then.
Well, that's when he just started fucking shooting heroin and then he was getting Demerol and Dilaudid. But yeah, he's a fucking asshole. Did I ever tell you the story about this ring?
No.
You want to hear the story about this ring? All right, so this was the ring that is a 24 karat gold ring with a diamond in the eye. It's a sphinx, if you can see that, this little bugger. And this is my father's ring. This is the ring he used to marry my mother with, right? And this stupid little fucking lip up at the top gets caught on everything. I can never figure it out. Took it off his cold, dead hand when he died. Fuck him. Fuck him. You're a bastard in life. You're a bastard in death. Go fuck yourself. Somewhere down there, he's down there smiling up at me.
Wait, when they were putting him in the grave, like were they at the funeral, like an open casket? You took it off.
In the hospital. I did it. Yeah.
No.
My family made me do a fucking viewing for my father.
Oh, God.
You know what he looked like? He looked like he had the exact face that he would get on his face when he was nodding off, farting, watching Raiders games.
Oh, man.
Right before I tried to change the channel, and he'd go, what? I fucking watch that. It's like, dude, you're burning holes in your fucking sweatpants. You're not watching the goddamn Raiders game. Also, the Raiders suck. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
So this stupid fucking ring, this little lip up at the top, gets caught on everything. Tears up my pockets on my pants. Gets caught on fucking everything. It's like, why would he make a ring like that? And one day, I was out in Joshua Tree, and I finally figured it out.
Cocaine?
This is my father's 24 karat gold coke ring that he used to marry my mom. So that's
what it is, right?
I am a pedigree degenerate. So yeah, it was weird growing up in the 90s in the San Fernando Valley. It was a very strange time. I was raised with the three major, like the three tenets of San Fernando Valley life in the 90s, which were biker gangs, crystal meth, and pornography.
Wow, man.
Yeah. But you know
You're
what?
like Boogie Nights meets like a biker film, and then you throw some meth in there, which is wow.
Yeah, but with some really fun jokes.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not be fun? You'd have to be funny to survive this.
To survive it, yeah.
You have to
Because
have a
otherwise
really
you'll
good
lose your
sense of humor.
fucking mind. Yeah.
Wow, dude. What are some of these
That's why
experiences?
whenever I tell someone that my dad's dead, like say something about my dad, I'm just like, oh yeah, my father passed away. They're like, I'm sorry. And I've started doing this now where I just go, you know what? Hey, I accept your apology. And it makes people so fucking uncomfortable. It's the best. It's just, you can hear their asshole tighten. You can hear all of the air get sucked out of the fucking room. Hey, I accept your apology. And they're just like, oh, what the fuck do you...
That's good. I like that.
What were some of the experiences?
Yeah, like what the... I mean, you're in these terrible movies with porn stars.
In all of the terrible movies, where actually one of the movies, so he had Michael Parks, he was in Dusk Till Dawn. He was in a bunch of Tarantino movies. You recognize him if you saw him. He's like a B movie actor. He was in, I think it was Harley Hot Rod High. The movie's a piece of shit. It's dog shit. And, instead of paying child support, he decided to...
Put his money in the movie. He's gonna
Yeah,
make
of course. Fuck him. Yeah. So his whole thing was like, yeah, Michael Parks is in this movie. Michael Parks is in this movie. That like B movie actor that had some bit part that Tarantino loves him. And Tarantino came to the premiere
Oh, wow.
of one of his dog shit movies. And he was like, yeah, it's great. It's great. It was a lot of fun. It was great. It was great. In the 90s when Tarantino was coked up out of his fucking mind. And
They're probably doing
no
coke
accounting
together.
for probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, this is great. So he is a Hell's Angel biker that breaks his back trying to do a stunt off an 18-wheeler. Was that filmed at all?
Probably. I'm sure it's still out there somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah, he used to train chimps in the 80s. He's a very interesting guy.
Training
he was just,
chimps. He was a terrible father. We get that, right? He was.
Yeah. He taught me everything about being a man.
Okay.
Insofar as I look to everything that he did and just do the fucking opposite. I was just like,
I don't know where someone was saying this. I don't know if I overheard. Maybe a comedian was talking about this, but you would want to have a kid and then just be the worst parent ever because you're going to rebel and do the opposite of the parents.
yeah.
Could have been a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to follow his footsteps.
He definitely made me oh dude. Anytime I'm like at a place in my life where I'm like, oh, I'm acting a lot like my dad. I'm very self-aware of it, and immediately it's just like, oh fuck, I got to turn this
fuck that.
around,
No.
dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what you. So if you want to be a good parent and you want your kids to be successful, you need to be the worst example of a parent ever.
I think to a degree.
Then they would be able to be like, I don't want to become that.
I got to break that cycle. Fuck you, mom. Fuck you, dad. To a degree. I think you got to like
shooting heroin in front of your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he taught me how to do it right.
Wow.
But like don't gaslight your kids.
Yeah, that'd be brutal. Okay, so
but also you gotta hit them a little bit.
Yeah, hit your kids.
Because you got way too many people running around right now that you can tell
never been hit.
They've never been fucking hit. It's that attitude of like, I'm invincible. Like, dude, I'm working at a bar and a 5'9" dude walks up to me, hammered out of his mind. I'm 6'7", man.
Yeah.
And like just trying to start shit.
That's not a good idea.
Somebody's gonna beat the shit out of you. It's not me, but
it's gonna happen.
Somebody will. Somebody with far less restraint.
So you're in the valley, and now what's your mom doing? What's her situation on this? So they were separated?
They separated when I was 9.
Okay.
And that's actually coincidentally when up until I was 9, my school thought I was retarded, which is, I mean, it was the 90s. So
I was there. I was in special ed, first grade.
My mom taught special ed. So we'll get to that in a second. But they thought I was, as they put it was a weird little hippie school where we learned like knitting and
perfect
gnomes and it was bizarre. It was a cult. They thought I was retarded because I couldn't like do math or read or really write at all. And then my mom kicked my dad out of the house, and all of a sudden I was top of my class at everything.
Oh wow! Because it was the trauma.
Yeah,
You could, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was just shut the fuck down.
It was so much chaos.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. My mother is a saint.
Well, that's
I
usually,
doubt she's going to watch this, but if she does, hi, Christine, I love you very much.
there is a thing where these amazing women usually end up with these terrible partners. Like they're going to save the guy. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I think it was...
They're dangerous or fun, and then they spiral out of control.
I think my dad at the beginning of when they were together, he was cool. She never wanted to get married. She wanted to have she decided later on, I think when she found out she was pregnant with me, she was like, I actually want a kid, and never wanted a kid before that. And his whole family just kind of hamstrung her into getting married. I think a lot of it is her upbringing. She never tried to fix my dad.
Okay, she wasn't fixing.
No. From the second that she found out that she was pregnant with me, it was just like, that's
a priority.
This is the priority.
Yeah. She's got a good head on her shoulders.
She is the only reason that I'm not a fucking serial killer, maniac, absolute lunatic, complete menace to society.
That's the deal. It's like usually they have a problem with the mother.
Nancy, her sister,
raised you.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Absolutely.
Wow.
They are
had the
my
example
people.
of just madness, terror, and insanity.
And they also taught me like all of the things that a dad's supposed to teach you, like how to play baseball. My mom and I would play catch all the time.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So she's a fucking saint. She did everything she could to keep the family together. My dad did everything he could to tear it apart. But you know what? There's a difference between growing up and getting older. Yeah. And he got older, just didn't die by sheer dumb luck. But it gave me the opportunity to grow the fuck up. She started her father was a piece of shit too. She started the breaking of the generational cycle of abuse, and I am continuing it.
That's great.
Yeah, and just doing it better.
Yeah,
doing it better.
Okay, so wow, this is so wild. The motorcycles. Now, did you ever, like, when he's doing like porn? Does he have you coming on the set? Does he have bad boundaries? Is it?
There were no boundaries. Yeah.
Just was like maybe thinking you want to get in the family business.
I did for a little while when I was in high school. I was editing porn for a little while.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so not okay. How old are you?
I was a minor.
Like 16 years old?
Yeah, I was like 16, 17.
15. Oh my god, and you're editing like legitimate porn?
Yeah, I was on all the sets. I was not for him, for other people, but he had no involvement in that. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say you'd have your dad. So how did that help? How did you I guess you're around all these characters, and now you're
yeah, kind of tangentially, and fell out of it for a little bit, and then started doing math when I was in high school. So
wow, God, you could have gone down some really interesting roads.
I could have
16, 17-year-old editing porn, I guess.
Yeah.
But I remember I met a young kid when I first was out here, and this guy was probably 20 years old, and he was an editor, and I remember he was doing straight guy, wanted to work in the entertainment industry, and he was editing gay porn.
That's good money in it.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know how.
That is very LA.
Oh my God, That would be brutal as an editor, having to go through all. I guess you would desensitize yourself,
dude, so fast, so quickly. It becomes it just it just kind of ruins.
Yeah,
it ruins that whole thing where you're just like, oh yeah, no, this is very clinical and
there's math. But I was just thinking like, wow, God, I can't. I that would be brutal.
But you know what? It gives you I had to learn how to grow up really quickly, so it was just kind of par for the course at that point.
Growing up in the Valley, you could be 16 years old editing porn. That's
you could, and you can be.
You do,
and you can too. Hey,
you do. Come to
set your goals high, kids.
Holy shit, what a life! Okay, so this is like, I guess you're a kid trying to figure out how to make money. That wasn't your first job. But you were acting and stuff too, right? You acted in some of your dad's films. Did you want to be like, I want to be an actor? Did you even know what you wanted to be when you're?
I wanted to be a director.
Okay.
And I started to go to school for it. I got into film school right out of high school. And
where did you go? Where was that?
I got into CSUN Film School, which was my safety school up in Northridge. And they actually have a really great film program. I went there for, like a month, 2 months, and then dropped out to go to rehab. Got out of rehab, went back to school, and then dropped out again to go on tour. And that's when, I mean, I've been playing music since I was a little kid.
Okay, when did you start getting into music?
I started tinkering on like little toy pianos when I was real young. When I was 5, we had some junky next door neighbors that sold us a baby grand piano. It's a piece of shit. I still have it.
Oh, wow.
It's the piano that I learned how to play on. They sold us that for $100.
Nice.
And learned how to play piano on that. And then
baby grand piano. That's
baby
great.
grand piano for $100.
So you were inclined for music. You definitely had that.
And my aunt was a musician. She was a
Okay.
singer back in the 80s. My godmother's a musician.
Oh,
and
wow. Like she was in a band or like a lounge singer?
my aunt was in a few bands. She had a deal with it's during the 80s when it was so savage, where it's like, if your first record doesn't have a #1 single,
You're done.
You're fucked. Get the fuck out of here.
Good luck.
And they just tried to turn her into something that she wasn't. She sang like Janis Joplin, and they're trying to produce her like fucking Peter Gabriel. It's just she had an amazing voice and was just fantastic, and they tried to turn her into something that she just absolutely wasn't. And then my godmother is a singer and pianist, big in the 90s. And I don't want to name drop. But so I was raised around that. I was
You were raised around in musical people that were professionals.
Yeah,
Professional
dude,
music.
I grew up backstage at the Greek, like hanging out with.
That's great.
Yeah, so I was exposed to that to the creative side of it and the business side of it at a very early age. And I started drumming when I was 7. Instantly fell in love with that. Played drums. Started playing violin when I was 9. Violin, cello, viola, and then playing jazz drums in the jazz band when I was 11. And then at about like 13, 14, started going to a lot more parties, started partying, like partying high school parties. And I very quickly realized if there was a piano or a drum set at a house where there was a party, I was good. I was probably going to see a booby that night. I was probably...
It worked.
Somebody might touch my wiener. But, I went to school. I was like the token poor kid in school.
Okay.
Where they're like,
You
we're
were
not...
all the fancy kids and you were the poor kid.
Yes. Yeah. I.
So now you got to really achieve. Now you got to like...
Yeah,
you gotta
sort of.
figure a skill.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you got to find your thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to find your thing.
So you learned, okay, if I get good at this...
Well, I was already funny.
Yeah.
I already played, I was good at piano. I was good at drums. But if there wasn't a piano or a drum set at a house, there's always a guitar.
Okay.
But if there wasn't a piano or a drum set, I was kind of like, dude, I'm kind of out of options. I got really bad social anxiety. Like if I'm
You just start
performing,
showing up with all of your
yeah,
own
exactly.
equipment.
Like showing up with 300 pounds of fucking drum gear. Yeah. You guys want to, hey, you ever listen to Led Zeppelin live, Moby Dick? It's pretty sick, right? Yeah. You guys like Keith Moon? Yeah. Now, so very quickly I realized like, dude, I got to learn how to play guitar. Because if there's no piano or drum set at a party, if I'm performing, I'm super comfortable, very gregarious. I'm very comfortable.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at home, is on stage. If I'm not doing that, I
Don't know what to do.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
like, hey Tom, how are you doing? I'm like, okay, I don't know. But you get me on stage, and I get to play my role.
You have a purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
You have natural places to be performing a musical instrument. Okay.
That is my zen. Or doing on stage doing comedy or sketch or whatever it is, but performing that's where I hit that flow. You know what I mean? So I realized I was like, fuck, dude.
Well, you probably have trauma from your father's inability to be a parent, and then you need high stress situations to feel calm.
Chaos and praise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And earned praise.
Yeah, I like that. Earned praise. Like you're doing a skill.
Yes.
And you're mastering a skill.
Yeah,
that,
it's not an
people
accident.
can appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not just like, oh, that was a good catch that you made on accident.
There was intention behind it. There was
and years of
years
work
of practicing, honing skill.
that all lead up to like a 30-minute show.
Yeah.
Where 15 people come up to me afterwards and be like, that was a great set.
Yeah.
Can I use your amp? That's cool. But yeah, at like around high school age, I realized like, fuck, I got to learn guitar.
That's okay. So now you're doing guitar.
Yeah, and you learn like Karma, or you learn like Creep, and fucking 2 Oasis songs.
I think I know that song "Creep." I can put on a ukulele,
dude. It's high school party. Fuck panty
You're
dropper.
in. You're
yeah.
Like, oh wow.
Because there's always some rich girl that's like, oh my god, he's so broken. I'm gonna fix him. You guys, I can fix this guy.
I don't even know if that would work anymore. Now it's just you'd have to be. I don't even. Does anyone even care about instruments? Maybe
for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't
but
know.
don't be guitar at the party guy. No. Don't be that guy.
No.
Don't be the dude that brings.
Were you actually braining a guitar?
No, fuck no. If there was a guitar, if there was no musical instruments at a party, I wasn't fucking interested. I'm like,
someone needs to be involved in music. Okay, if you're going to go to the party,
somebody needs to be telling me I'm pretty.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now then you're in college. You're playing in bands. When did you start playing in bands?
I started. I think my first like real band where we were playing gigs and actually getting paid for it was like 13. It was with some older kids. That was cool. They were in 9th grade and I was in 8th grade.
Were you playing drums?
Yeah, I was drumming. And then I started writing, like writing on piano and writing lyrics and stuff. And I'm a music nerd. And started writing when I was in like 11th grade, and then took a few years off of playing music or doing anything creative or productive to follow my true passion at the time, which was drugs, and went to rehab a couple times. And then I started working for Apple, and I met a dude there. He heard me drumming on a desk, and he was like, my band just kicked out our drummer. Do you want to drum for us? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, absolutely. And that like reignited. I dropped out of film school, and I love film. I was raised in the film industry as well, and dropped out of film school to go on tour, drive around the country in a school bus, and play music for people. And left that band in like 2013. We got started blowing up, and it was creative differences and personal differences with my buddies in the band, and started writing my own stuff. I kind of, like, after that happened, I curled up in a shell. I went on a couple more tours with a couple other bands doing like session drum work, and then curled up in a shell. And
what were these tours like? You were going like through North America?
Yeah, all North American tours. Low budget. I like the little, staying in crack motels and trying to find places to sleep at the shows.
Going from gig to gig.
Yeah, like barely able to survive.
Yeah, just making to the next town.
Yep.
You need someone in the band who's wealthy, comes from a wealthy family.
That would be super cool.
You need some.
That would be rad. Unfortunately, I
Yeah, you need someone in there that's like can make because it's a pretty big. It's an expensive.
It's crazy expensive,
yeah,
and there's really not a lot of money to be made. Where it's like you're hawking T-shirts and clubs, going like, "Hey, please, I need to sell 3 fucking T-shirts tonight."
Yeah.
So that was my early 20s, and then after I left that band, I locked myself in my room for about 6 months. It fucked me up, and I locked myself in my room for about 6 months and like really studied theory again for the first time in like 10 fucking years. And started writing songs and started my own project. First time out from behind the drum set. I was playing guitar. It was a 4-piece. And I wrote a record in 2016. Or no, like 2015, 2016. And played all the instruments, or most of the instrumentation myself, wrote everything. And it was kind of masturbatory. And then ended up kicking out my bassist because he had a kid and got married and like had a job or whatever. So his schedule got full. And then started playing bass last year, and we recorded a full-length album. Started it last November, and the tracking went until about January. And then, the album was supposed to be done months ago, but through all the COVID shit, it just kind of pushed it back. But yeah, we're sitting on a 13-track record right now, getting all the music video stuff together and all the artwork together. And
this is exciting. So when are you hoping to put this out? Are you waiting to see how the world?
No, fuck the world. No. I can't fucking wait anymore. I'm sending. Oh, the band is called. Should I say the name?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to get better at shameless self-promotion.
People want to know.
All right, so the band is called Paradise Vultures. It's my tagline for the band is sex, drugs, and daddy issues. So this new record is like dance songs about existential dread and suicidal ideation. So it's like really fun, catchy tunes about super dark shit that I
think
don't.
People relate to all this.
Yeah. I think there's I've got a lot of very good reception to it so far. And I'm.
Yeah, you played a couple tracks for me. It sounds great.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm excited to
Thank
see
you.
the
Trying to
evolution of this.
Yeah, and it's really has like taken on its own thing, and I'm in that band surrounded by people creatively that I really love and respect a lot, and it's just a fucking joy.
This is your baby. This is your project.
This
You've
is my
written
fucking
all the
baby.
songs. You put
Yeah.
all this together. You put the band together.
Yeah,
And you're
deeply
ready.
personal songs.
You're ready to fucking conquer the world.
I'm ready to grab the world by the dick and never let go. Yeah. I've never felt this confident in a body of work before, so I'm really excited about it, and you'll be able to hear it soon.
That's
It'll be
great.
out soon. Yeah.
So you were shooting a music video? I remember, right? You were.
We shot a music video for this new record, which is actually getting animated, or it will be getting animated soon by a buddy of mine, who does really cool like rotoscoping animation.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he like hand draws over frame by frame. It's fucking rad.
Oh, wow.
And then the other music video, I think maybe the last time I saw you, I had just gotten back from the desert from shooting a video.
Yeah.
That was for the band that I drum in.
Okay.
So I'm in
You're
two
in a
bands.
couple bands. That's
I'm
right.
in a couple bands.
What's that band?
That one's called Mattis.
That's right.
So we just released a new single, and then we're kind of slowly releasing, month by month singles on Spotify. So that one's Paradise Vultures it's like we say like Queens of the Stone Age, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. I love ABBA so much.
There you go. Great.
I want to strike that. All I want to do is strike that middle balance between like right in the halfway point between ABBA and Zappa. And that's like, it's poppy and fun and dancey and like swamp disco, but it's also weird as fuck. And there's a lot of other layers that you can glean from it.
Yeah.
And then Mattis is much more like Arctic Monkeys, Strokes, Royal Blood. It's a lot of fun. Both of them are fun. I don't play shit that I don't enjoy playing.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah, I don't do anything that I don't enjoy doing.
Yeah, that's not
because
good.
we don't have
You have
enough fucking time here.
Yeah, you have the rest of your life to do that. You could get some terrible job and do some.
Exactly. I can be miserable whenever I want to be miserable.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Wow. So, I can't believe all the stuff with the, like you went through all this trauma stuff, but you kind of had the arts to like put your.
That was my saving grace, and I think the biggest part of that is, really learning to use it as fuel and not an excuse. I feel like a lot of people that are aware of the trauma use it as an excuse to, and I'm not exempt from this. I've fucking done it. Everybody's done it. Use it as an excuse to be a shithead.
I think people get into what I've seen, and I think when people are like in active addiction, they get into like a victim consciousness.
Yeah.
So then
It's like this was done to me, so I have the right to do it to other people.
So I can just be, I'm not accountable for my actions because I'm a victim.
Yep.
And
Which
there's a weird justification of bullshit behavior.
Yeah. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility.
Yeah. So,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What are you going to do with going through some kind of trauma if you can use that and turn that energy into something positive, which I've seen a lot of people that I know that have had, terrible childhoods, terrible trauma, and then they've been able to channel that into the arts. And I've seen people really, I think, kind of cathartically heal themselves through their work. And I've seen this so many times.
Yeah.
That's why it's so difficult when I wish we'd have a society that was more about the arts, and we would spend more money like in schools and stuff, and like about, art education and like what you could do. I don't know. I mean, the prison system should just be, once you go there, you should basically just be like arts and crafts. Let's teach you some trades. Let's channel this into something positive.
No, they just want to exploit the 13th Amendment and use them as fucking slave labor.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that fun? That's my fucking saving grace. That's where I get to, I feel so fortunate to...
Well, give someone a purpose, right? Because as it goes back to when you're at the party and you don't feel comfortable because you don't feel... If you don't feel like you're not contributing to a situation, but if you were playing music or something, you maybe feel you're giving a gift, you're giving something that's
I'm making people happy. I just want to see people fucking happy.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a fundamental, like creativity is such a fundamental thing for the human spirit. You got to fucking do it. Anything. It doesn't have to be a vocation. Draw, write, express yourself, whatever it may be.
It helps heal someone's brain.
For sure. Absolutely.
One of the ways you can, if you have trauma, you can, I learned all this because I worked with a crisis management counselor. So one of the things you can do is meditation. The other thing you do is like a creative outlet. Another thing, you have a social support group, exercise, and massage. All that will fix your brain.
Yep. 100%. And man, it's not using it as justification for bad behavior and using it as I'm grateful. I have the choice to be either grateful or be a whiny bitch. That's like when anybody says like, oh, I can't complain. Yeah, you can. Fuck yeah, you can. You're making an active fucking decision to not complain.
Yeah.
And I can either be a victim and be like, or I can use it as fuel and move my fucking life forward.
The victim thing gets boring.
It's so goddamn boring.
What is okay? So you've been able to figure out your thing. Mm-hmm. You still now when you're doing your music videos and stuff, does the film guy come into play?
For sure, yeah.
How are you putting your videos together? Are you doing all that too as well?
Yep.
Well, so you're doing the whole damn thing. This is amazing. So did you start making music videos for the new band? Or no, that's just for the band you're playing drums in.
No, we started. Oh, like what videos are we doing right now for both of them?
Yeah. Oh, you're doing videos for both of them. Okay.
Yeah. So we did a video out at my buddy's spot, his ranch out in Joshua Tree, which if anybody wants to camp out in Joshua Tree, Auntie Bert's Farm. It's a wonderful place right in Morongo Valley. It's delightful. We did a video out there for Mattis, and then we did a video for Paradise Vultures in the Valley. And we're doing another video for Paradise Vultures in a few weeks.
Are you directing these?
I directed the first one. The second one I'm not directing, but I came up with a concept with it with my director. So it's gonna be like a hostage video shot on high 8. It's gonna be a lot of fun. That old chestnut.
Yeah. It's a good trope. So wow, that's you're a multi-talented individual. I mean, you're playing all the instruments, you're writing the songs. And I'm
not playing all the instruments on this new record. I'm playing bass, keys, some MIDI stuff, and singing. But I wrote all the music and lyrics with my co-writer Art. Nice.
And he's a music producer.
No, he's my guitarist.
Okay.
One of my dearest friends. He is my musical confidant. He reins me in. He's a Berkeley kid, and I love him dearly. I rein in his Berkeley kidness, which I'm sorry, Arthur. I love you.
So Arthur's like the real smart Berkeley student musician.
Yes.
Music major. Like he went to school.
He's the best guitarist I've ever heard.
Oh, wow.
He's fucking incredible. And just a lovely human being. And he reins in my... let's just turn on every fuzz pedal that we have and make a bunch of noise because I love Sonic Youth and Pixies. He's like, yeah, that sounds stupid. Why don't we actually write music? I'm like, okay, let's actually write something.
So he is a professional. He is
a professional, and we work incredibly well together. We're terrible texters, so we don't really text each other very much, but we talk on the phone a lot because we get into fights when we text.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but he is one of my dearest friends and an incredible human being, and he is my confidant and co-writer.
This is great. So, but you're also doing, now you're actively doing like, weren't you doing like improv?
I was doing improv at Groundlings for a while, and then I started doing sketch shows with some of the people from Groundlings, one of the directors from Groundlings, and I mean, that's all on hold right now. But yeah, I love that. It's a lot of fun. We're gonna start shooting myself and my comedy writing partner, my comedy open mic partner. We've done a few sketch shows together, and we're starting writing some. He's working on a bunch of shit right now, so I'm trying to get him to fit me in his busy schedule. But we're working on some film sketches, so that's a lot of fun. Yeah, because we can't do it live. So
yeah, you have to make little films.
Yeah.
Now you can take your porn editing experience. You didn't know that all this stuff was going to come into
take it to the next level. It all ties in. Yeah, we're like, dude, I can.
At what point do you start making like softcore biker film, like softcore porn biker films? Is that ever something you would maybe?
42.
42.
Yeah. If nothing else is catching, yeah, I think at about like 42, maybe 45.
Now, do you see any of your dad's buddies around?
No.
That's just a whole weird culture. I mean, it just disappeared. A lot of them probably ended up in misfortunate situations.
I have no ill will towards them. I have no interest in being.
Because I just thinking of all this chaos as a kid, seeing all this self-destruction and stuff.
Yeah. I worked very hard to not be that.
Not get involved in all that madness. And then to channel your energy into creative projects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't you write a lot of music though for other people? I know didn't you work with different artists and stuff?
I've worked with a lot of people. Yeah. Doing session work or doing songwriting or MD or touring. Yeah. I've worked with a lot of people, mostly smaller indie bands. But yeah, man, I love it. I love creating. I like creating with people. I like working with people. I like working.
Collaborating.
I love collaborating. I love working in mediums and genres that aren't necessarily my forte. Like stepping outside of my comfort zone and being uncomfortable and learning something new and shutting the fuck up and learning is great. It's my favorite.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
And learning from other people and working with other talented people.
Yeah. Other people that I respect and trust. That's why I love you so much. Because I love learning from your brain.
Yeah.
I love listening to you talk and getting new ideas. And that's why we, just clicked across the table from each other.
Kindred spirits. People, creative people that are making things, being active. I think a lot of people, everyone has some creative abilities they've never really maybe explored it or so. And I think a lot of people want to do creative projects. They've just never been in a position to do it, or they've never had the purpose behind it. I think most people don't ever want to fail. They never want to do something where they don't want to look bad.
Yeah, that's tough.
They don't want to so if you have a lot of pride and stuff, I come from a place of comedic. So it's part of the thing is failing.
Yeah, you have no problem. You don't know failure until you fucking bomb on stage.
You got to do that.
That shit toughens you the fuck up.
You were doing stand-up, right?
I started doing stand-up when I was 20 and then took a number of years off of it and then just started again, like a year and a half ago.
I mean, I think it's wonderful that you participate in all these different ways of performing and expression. I think it's amazing. Because, I don't know. I've met so many musicians that they all want to be comedians, and I know so many comedians that all want to be like a musician, or be like the singer, the rock, whatever. And I think it's kind of cool that you've jumped into all these different ways of of creatively expressing yourself. I think just it makes somebody, whatever you end up sticking with, whatever you're doing, you pull from all that.
For sure, yeah.
From like
it's definitely like it rounds it. I'm well rounded in many ways.
Where do you see yourself as like? You're relatively pretty young guy.
31.
31.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself when you're like 50? If there is still a planet Earth. Like what do you hope? Like, it's hard to see. I had a hard time because of PTSD seeing any kind of future. So
yeah, dude, that's like I say 50 is like 50. That's an imaginary crazy number.
But like,
I didn't plan on
like,
living.
Do you want to look
fucking
back
long.
and be like, okay, like, do you have creative projects? You're like, I gotta make this. I gotta write this book. I gotta do this creative. Or you just do whatever's next in front of you, or do you have a bunch of things that you're like, I want to do this?
Oh, dude, I constantly have a fucking laundry list of
things you
want
to do.
Yeah, for sure. I think there are a few things to. Yeah, there are a few things that I need to kind of put the check mark in the box for. I'm just
like, do you ever find yourself like, I'm gonna be a sculptor, but I mean, just
dude, I would love.
Do you ever
to be,
see yourself doing like alternative careers or lives?
Oh my god, I would love to be like, I would love to be a blacksmith in the middle of the desert. I would love that. I love
working with
blacksmithing.
horseshoes, like just.
Yeah, I used to do blacksmithing when I was in high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the hell high school is this? This is amazing.
It's a very weird little hippie high school.
That they just had you involved in everything.
Did blacksmithing. We learned how to garden. We wrote all of our own textbooks. Yeah, we did eurythmy, which is like an interpretive dance. Is where eurythmics comes from. It's fucking bizarre. Yeah,
so
we danced around the maypole.
What's the hippie?
Dude, it's so bizarre.
Just doing a lot of dancing.
Knitting, sewing, what was another good one?
It's like cult life here.
It was 100% a cult.
Wow.
But nothing if not interesting. It's great stories.
School was always interesting.
It was always interesting.
Where was this school? Like in Topanga Canyon or something?
No, it was in Northridge.
Northridge, okay.
Yeah. Huddled up on a little hill on like Balboa and Plummer.
And this was like the arts creative kids school. Or like were you like all the kids that were creative types, that special needs, special ed, because that's where they put a lot of.
No, it was all
gifted,
very smart, high achievers.
High gifted,
yeah, I was in there on an academic
nerds.
Scholarship.
But for all creative people.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Highly creative people. It produces highly creative people.
Oh,
weird fucking kids.
Yeah.
Made a lot of weird kids, but
wow. So they have you involved in all sorts
K through 12, and it was 30 kids per grade.
Oh wow.
Like
it was a private school. And then, so you're exposed to all sorts of different. Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
What a great opportunity, as a kid, to then you're able to learn all these creative skills, because you never know if someone needs to change a horseshoe.
Dude, I can fucking bang that out for you, bro.
If you need to get into some knitting.
Yo, you need a scarf knitted? Hey, is your yo, what's up?
Your neck cold?
Got that exposed neck? It's almost winter, bro. It's cooling down a little bit. Make you a scarf. What's up? Yeah.
God, that's fucking wild.
It's
that's
bizarre.
Great.
Dude, I
Working
started
with your
doing
hands.
Yeah, I started doing, and that's why I can't not do it. I can't not work with my hands. I on the side build guitars sometimes because I love it. I need to feel something tactile and then have it in my hands afterwards, where it's like, I made this. There's part of me in this. I love that. From an 8th grade project, I did falconry. Yeah. Just to give you an idea of the weird kid.
I just want to get into falconry.
Dude, my mom, the saint that she is, the early days of the internet. And
so you had a falcon?
No, we would go out and do falconry with dudes that did falconry.
So I know a very small amount about this. That you have a falcon on your thing, and it goes out and hunts something, and it comes back to you. And
yeah,
and you have to train.
You walk around. It's a brutal training process. It takes a long time. Different birds are easier to. Talking about fucking falconry on this goddamn podcast right now. Different birds are easier or more difficult to train. Owls are the worst. Red tails are pretty easy.
So okay, falconry. That's with all types of birds.
It's
I don't even know.
raptors, with birds of prey.
Birds of prey.
So like eagles, hawks.
Because don't they do it with like pigeons or something? Pigeons they are really expensive and they fly.
Those are like homing. There's like homing
pigeons. And they fly really far and then they
I
always
don't know.
return.
I don't fuck with pigeons. Pigeons aren't hunters. Pigeons are prey.
Okay, so
I'm a predatory.
Okay, so you're gonna go
guy.
out. You take these predator birds out, and then you go hunt with them.
You walk around a fucking field and you see a rabbit, and you just let the birds go.
And then they just wow.
And they just eviscerate it. They do what predators do.
And what is the benefit for a falconer? Because it's not like
pussy.
I'm just trying to think like so. It's like a sport involved, probably, right? I don't even know this world. I'm just trying to understand.
It's like hunting, but your gun has wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you eat you're not going to eat what you've hunted because the bird's going to go off on, right? Okay, you could. So that's kind of what they do. Like it's a form of hunting.
For sure. Like in Mongolia, they hunt with golden eagles, which are massive.
My God.
Yeah, it's wild.
They don't land on their arms though. No.
They fucking hunt on horseback.
Oh my God, with a bald eagle,
golden eagle.
Golden eagle.
They stand like almost 4 feet tall. They're massive animals, dude. Their claws are talons the size of your hand.
Wow,
it's wild.
Wow.
They will lift up full-grown sheep and just drop them down a hill to kill them.
I mean, does someone start out with like a parrot, and the next thing they want to get a little bit more?
You got to get the parakeet training wheels.
Yeah, and then you're just like, I need to go out in the world and hunt.
It's like, dude, I need to step this shit up.
Yeah, like what is
I love birds,
you have like
and
a
I love
falcon.
hunting.
You have eagles. You have like a hawk.
Owls.
Wow.
It's wild. So yeah, that was the kind of kid I was.
Well, it is pretty interesting. I mean, I guess if I had access to the falconry world.
My saint of a mother found me access. She like got on her old ass computer and was like, "Where the fuck my weird kid wants to do falconry for an 8th grade project?"
Oh, that's good. What a project.
Who can I go? Who in Los Angeles is doing fucking falconry? And she found a group of guys and was just like, "Let's go." We drive out to Ontario, California.
Wow.
A shithole city at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and go.
Because they have to get up that early.
Yeah. I don't
morning,
know. It's very
crack of dawn.
Yeah, ass crack of dawn.
That's when they do their hunting.
That's when all the rabbits are out. I guess. I don't know.
That's the best. Okay, that makes sense.
It was fun. It's fun. Wow. It's been nothing if not fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that not? You could have become like a. I don't even know what that world is.
I don't know. I could have become Merlin, I guess. Fucking no. Could have been Matthew Broderick and Lady Hawk. Yeah. It's one of the few falconry movies. What's
there was a Saturday Night Live character, the falconer.
Oh, the Will Forte character.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was highly offensive.
Yeah, if you're
for professional falconer.
Just taking the piss.
You go fuck yourself, Will Forte.
Yeah. What the hell? Wow, that's.
Yeah.
So what other things were you getting involved in when you were a young whippersnapper, trying to deal with the madness?
All of the things that are cool now that I got called plenty of really colorful names for when I was a kid. Comic books. I loved comic books when I was a kid.
You love reading comic books.
Loved, dude, Hellboy, Neil Gaiman, Sandman, X-Men.
Now, were you collecting them?
X-Men. Oh, yeah. So
you have a huge collection of them that are probably going to be worth a fortune.
They're probably not worth shit.
Not worth shit. Okay.
Ever. Yeah.
That's
but
terrible.
I still
go through them.
Yeah,
I have some friends in the comic books.
Dude, I loved comic books. I still love comic books. And I loved comic books, like obsessed over comic books when I was a kid. So
wow. Now what other stuff were you like going off on?
Like true crime and serial killers before it was cool.
Studying all them, yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite serial killer?
I as a kid, I think I identified the most with Ed Kemper.
Oh God, I was gonna say he's like.
Yeah.
That guy.
I wrote him a couple letters in prison when I was a kid, and he never wrote me back, and I was super bummed out. Yeah. I actually read for the role of Ed Kemper for Mindhunter.
Oh my God, that guy did a great job.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be That's one of those things if I was up for and I didn't get it, and then you saw that guy, he did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
He
dude, he
looks just
fucking,
like him.
it was a Cameron, I can't remember his last name, but he fucking killed it.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Ed Kemper, wow, that guy was smashing the mother's head in.
Yeah. I mean, I love my mom, so that was like the only, that was the big separator, but I was like, oh, I'm a big, tall weirdo. Way too smart for my own size.
And then he would hang out with like at the cop bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so what do you guys know about this guy? That's my easiest Halloween costume. I've gone as Ed Kemper twice.
Well, the problem is there's only a specific part of the population who knows who Ed Kemper is.
That's fine. Those are my people.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Those are my people that get it. And you know what? Those weren't the people that got it back then, because I was just a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know for myself with the serial killers, which I think for a lot of people, it's just hard to imagine the level of crazy, but then you also appreciate it.
Yeah.
The commitment, the amount of effort it would take to be a serial killer.
Full-time job is so stressful.
Jeez.
It's so
hiding.
I think if I could like snap my fingers and make a body disappear with no evidence, I'd kill a lot. I'd kill a lot of people for sure. I got a list. But it's just like, oh my God, you got to go through all this.
My podcast is the serial killer podcast. I look like a serial killer. Every one of my guests comes on is clearly, possibly could be a serial killer. It's fucking amazing.
I looked at the last 2 times I was on here, and I realized that I wore a Charlie Manson shirt one time and a Zodiac killer shirt the other
That's
time.
great. I just need a guest who really is literally out there just killing people to make this podcast take off.
It's really not that difficult.
Like, what the fuck? What's going on? So we're in. So if you could, I always thought it'd be like if you're already there, if you're already pushing the envelope that you're literally killing people.
Yeah.
I mean, you should bring some artistry to it.
For sure.
You should bring some, and then some of them have.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Most of them are just like, this is the only thing that makes me come.
Yeah.
Which is just,
yeah, you gotta
shut up.
You gotta do. I was thinking that I was coming up. I was reading all these books about like films and stuff, different types of films, like the psychological thriller, and I was thinking it'd be cool, like if you had like the guy who's a special effects makeup artist.
Tom Savini.
Yeah, it didn't work out. It's not real enough, It's never real enough. And so this guy is a professor in school, and he's like teaching special effects, makeup artistry stuff. And he is making these short films that are actually snuff films, and then he's putting them into film festivals, and they can't figure out, that this going into film festivals. It's like a Cannibal
Holocaust situation.
Yeah, I don't even know if this is, but then like it wins the film festival. Then years later they figure out like, no, these were actual fucking murders. Like these were, and then and just take all the
but it got the Palme d'Or.
Like the college, like the FBI agent is goes to him and he's trying to understand. Like they're trying to figure out.
Like the John Douglas character. He's like, you know so much about this. It's so interesting.
Well, he went to like the FBI. They always make it if like their bad guy is connected to the.
It's like his brother-in-law is law enforcement.
They have some kind of. So it's like the kid who was a student in school, and then he went down the FBI road, got into forensics and stuff, and inspired because this guy's so passionate about like the details and making something look realistic.
Dude, let's write this screenplay. That's a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah, so I thought it would just be like, it's almost like one of those like kind of like Seven type situations where he's gone back to and this guy's like trying to, and he's helping him, but it's his perfect tale to just say like everything that's wrong with society,
his magnum opus,
made into these like little film projects that he's putting in these obscure film festivals that they're going to put together into his masterpiece.
His magnum opus.
Yeah, his magnum opus through.
I love it.
Yeah, that could be the, because I don't know, the serial killer thing though might have been.
And then the ultimate twist is that when we make this movie, all of the fake snuff films are actually real snuff films.
That's such a dark world.
It's so dark, dude. Have you seen The House That Jack Built? It's the newest Lars von Trier movie.
Yes,
with Matt
Dillon.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck, it was so good.
Yeah.
So good. Dude, we've been watching, I mean, it's quarantine, so we've been watching a bunch of movies, but Cats.
I heard it's like
it's
so bad.
It was the most nightmarish. It was the most nightmarish thing I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Well, didn't they do something? They had something messed up with, like they were trying to do CGI or something.
Well, they edited out all the buttholes. So there's a butthole cut out there somewhere. Dude,
I mean, I've never even seen the play Cats, or never really had.
It's like
I don't even know anything about it. Really,
dude, it's like Liberace's fucking heroin nightmare. Did
Liberace worked on Cats?
No,
because
but
that would be hilarious.
It is.
Then I would want to see it.
So I imagine it like Andrew Lloyd Webber, just higher than pterodactyl tits on amyl nitrate, walking down an alleyway in Paris, seeing a cat orgy and just going like, I wonder what they're singing about right now. And he hears it as like jellicle, jellicle, jellicle. It's a fucking absolute nightmare.
A musical about a bunch of cats in an alleyway.
Dude, it's the worst. It is after watching it, and I only got like 45 minutes of the way through it. I was like, you know, it'd be hilarious. I said to my girlfriend, I was like, babe, you know, it'd be really funny because it came on HBO. It came on HBO Max. I was like, fuck yeah. All right. I got the night off tonight. I'm going to eat an irresponsible amount of edibles, and we're just going to laugh our way through it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I heard it's a huge piece of shit.
Yeah.
Dude, 30 seconds into the movie, I'm curled up in the corner of my sofa going like, no, who would make this? Who was this for? Why would you do this? What the fuck is happening?
Like, what is going on in this?
We got 45 minutes into it, and finally, Emily, my girlfriend, she's like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm turning it off. I'm tapping out. And I'm morbidly fascinated by this thing at this point. It's like halfway through every musical number, I'm like, fuck this. I'm done. I'm out. And then you're like, oh, there's another one about to start. Is it going to be worse than the last one? Yes, it is.
Okay, but wouldn't it be the actual musical?
It is the musical.
But made into a film or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen the original musical. I'm assuming that it's the same thing.
But is it that bad? But it has to be something, dude, okay, because it's been successful for a long time.
Yeah, but on stage they're fucking dressed like cats.
Oh, okay.
It's people that are dressed like cats.
Yeah.
This is like CGI humans that are covered in cat hair with human tits and no nipples and no buttholes, and they have human hands that are covered in cat hair with cat claws and human feet. Sometimes they're bipedal, and other times they walk on all fours. It's a fucking nightmare. And they have human faces with cat ears and like cat heads and human it's a fucking nightmare.
Wow, the presentation just sounds nuts.
It's the worst. And I am convinced that is what fractured our reality and gave us 2020 was God saw Cats and was just like, fuck them. I'm throwing it all at them this year. You can go fuck yourselves, humanity. You made this movie. This is an abomination. It's a nightmare.
Wow.
But then on the opposite end of that,
watch it now.
Oh, dude, I highly suggest it.
Have to get into Cats.
It will break your brain. It'll break your fucking brain.
It's just, how did this get made?
Why did this get? Yeah, who the fuck watched a cut of this and was like, stop drilling. Now, you just struck oil. The worst. I hate it.
Wow.
But I'm morbidly fascinated by it. I won't shut the fuck up about it.
It sounds like an abomination. It's one of those things where something's so bad that it becomes like this thing that won't go away.
Yeah, but it wasn't even fun bad. It wasn't like The Room.
Wasn't like Roadhouse.
No.
Movie Roadhouse is
fun.
Fucking amazing.
But it's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, he just murdered a man right there. He ripped his fucking throat out. And everybody's just like, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, nightmare.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This movie is not fun.
So no, fuck Cats. We're not... These people should be shot. But you got to watch it because it's so bad.
This is a crime against humanity, but
they've sent us into this 2020 nightmare.
Oh, for sure.
Wow.
That's what fractured our reality. That's what broke the timeline.
What do you think happened? Just a lot of someone gave all this huge opportunity. Like you have to have done stuff to get in this situation to have that opportunity.
Let's try something new and fresh with this stupid fucking musical. Yeah, dude.
just sounded good, like a really good pitch. I think a lot of people can really pitch stuff really well, but there's no way they can execute it.
Yeah.
That must have been.
So check it
Technology.
out. All right, we're going to take Cats the Musical and put it on the big screen. But get ready for this. With advancements in CGI technology.
That's what happened, right?
Oh, 100%.
So they weren't able to get it. They probably, in over their head, they had a deadline. They couldn't get it to look like it's supposed to be.
But
so
it's not even,
like,
the CGI is great.
Yeah.
CGI is great, but it's just this uncanny valley of like cats standing on two legs with human hands and human faces. It's a fucking nightmare.
The suspension of disbelief was too much of a leap to really, you can't get past the.
It's a bad acid trip in the best worst way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Experience it.
Okay.
It's an experience, and you really gotta like. It's you gotta fucking
go all in.
I respect anyone who makes it all the way through that movie.
Well, there was there was some other terrible thing. I mean, that there is a whole world of just terrible. I have a friend who's a musician, and he would, on his tour bus, he would play this really terrible movie and just play it on repeat over and over again.
That's fun.
He would make. I thought it was so funny. I can't even. I wish it was like rock and roll. Who did Harmony Korine work for a director?
Was it Larry Clark?
Yeah. Did he do? What was that movie he made?
Kids?
That was Harmony Korine, or was that was
Larry Park.
But he made another movie after that, like kind of like rock and roll.
Oh, What's Up, Rockers?
Yeah, What's Up, Rockers?
I went to high school with one of the girls in that.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Larry Clark.
Yeah, and that movie is so bad. And so he, on his tour bus, he just keep playing
it's
that
dog
over
shit.
and over again.
Yeah.
And it is so terrible.
And and that's another movie that's like, it's not even fun bad.
It's just
bad.
What is going on
Why?
here?
Who is this for?
It's so creepy.
What the fuck did you make this for? Except for like I'm not a pedophile. I'm
Yeah,
an
it's
artist.
just- it
like,
is
okay.
Yeah, it's like awkward. It's uncomfortable. It is really terrible.
So fucking uncomfortable. Kids is so fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Wow. What's up, rocker?
What's up? We don't.
Is that it?
Let's not promote that. Nobody needs to see that shit.
So double header, Cats and What's Up, Rocker.
Yeah, and then you can
and then you
finish
blow
it.
your head
Yeah,
off.
it's like fuck, marry, kill. Fuck cats, marry What's Up, Rockers, and then kill yourself.
Yeah, that's what the.
That's the trifecta. That's like you put that on your suicide note. Like I watched Cats and then What's Up,
And
Rockers, and you're like, oh well, that explains it.
Yeah, and you're
entirely.
Like, fuck society. I can't take that anymore.
Fuck this planet.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here anymore.
What happened to fucking George? Well, he went to a double. That would be like they used to have double features at a movie theater.
Yeah.
Those two movies.
I think I saw The Fox and the Hound and Black Beauty double feature.
That would be great though, if you're like a billionaire, to have a theater and you just play the worst movies. It's just as just because you're having fun, and it's
just nonstop.
The worst, shittiest stuff,
dude. And that's what I would
do.
If how goddamn boring are Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos? You're fucking so fucking boring, man. Buy a country, run it into the ground, buy every movie theater in the country, and just show Little Shop of Horrors, but played in reverse exclusively. That's it. Play movies in reverse.
Whole country.
Just have an experiment. Have fun.
Yeah, I don't know what Bill Gates is going to vaccinate everybody. Elon Musk is going to try to get everybody to outer space.
Yeah,
and
Elon
Jeff
Musk
Bezos,
is also.
I don't know what he's doing.
Jeff Bezos is Lex Luthor.
He does have that one eye that's bigger than the other one.
He is the embodiment of everything evil in Western capitalism.
Is he buying CNN?
I don't know. He's buying fucking everything, man.
Yeah, it's
a
lot.
And Elon Musk is not Tony Stark. He's not Bruce Wayne. He's not Batman. He's an entitled little fucking rich boy whose family money comes from stealing emerald mines in apartheid-era South Africa.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But have you ridden in a Tesla?
Yeah, they're tight.
They're so fast.
They're so much fun to drive.
They're amazing.
Yeah, and they also wouldn't be sellable without government subsidies. But hey, let the free market speak, baby. Right?
But that's all of those corporations, all the car manufacturers are governments. Like they've been the airline industry, like all of these industries, the financial industry.
Yeah, it's just a perversion of Keynesian economics sold to us by people who like act like they love Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations.
Yeah,
it's like the freer the market, the freer the people. But we're also gonna, tip the scales a little bit because we don't want the people to be free.
Yeah, you're gonna pay for it, but the government's just gonna keep handing us money. We have a socialist.
It's almost like socialism
for corporations.
Yeah,
but not for the people.
No, fuck the people. It's weird, right? With Citizens United. Speaking of that, where they
just go all into politics. And another thing.
Well, dude, that's
I think the United States is getting ready to invade the United States. I've said this before. They're destabilizing the United States.
Yeah, it's all these accelerationist motherfuckers.
We're getting ready that we're going to invade the U.S. The U.S. is going to, its capitalism has to cannibalize itself.
Yes.
So that's the future.
It is an Ouroboros, and as well, like any dogmatic ideology is a fucking Ouroboros.
And what do you do while we're getting ready to be invaded? You got to make great art, folks. That's what.
Fuck yeah, dude. We live in these are frightening times, but we're on the precipice of change, and these are historic times, man. It's so cool to be alive and aware and able to create right now, and able to, let's do the 60s right without the stupid fucking hippies who are just diet fascists anyway. Hippies are fascists without goals. Let's do it fucking right.
Well, now they have the revolution sponsored by all the corporations.
Of course, because they're the fucking baby boomers. Yeah, they got everything handed to them and told everybody else to go fuck themselves and that they're lazy and fuck off. So yeah, let's do it right without the hippies. And I think that, again, the radical thought of one generation becomes the common thought of the next. And the shit is caught on. And it's continuing to catch on. And just, YouTube videos are not research. Do some fucking research. Like, just educate yourself, talk to people, have like decent conversations.
So this is what your podcast, you're going to go down these holes.
Yeah. We're going to go all the way down my holes that I go down.
When you coming out with do you know when your first music video or your first song's coming out? Or
for Paradise Vultures, that's going to be before the end of the year. We'll come out with our first single off of our new record called Born to Lose. That's Paradise Vultures on Instagram, I think, is the only social media that we're on because I fucking hate Twitter and Facebook. So yeah, do it up on there. Mattis Magic on Instagram. We have a couple singles out from the new record, and we're continuing to put them out. And the music video for Pictured Life, which my pretty face is heavily featured in, just came out a week ago today. Cool. So that's
nice.
Fun. Yeah.
You're doing it.
I'm doing it, baby.
You're turning awesome, colorful childhood into an interesting life, expressing yourself as an artist.
It's alchemy. We're turning shit into gold.
That's right.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Dude, a pleasure.
Always
I love you,
the
Bubba.
best.